For those of you who don't know, Parvision is also a One Piece YouTuber. He's actually pretty quickly up and coming, I'd say. He puts out some theories that a lot of people like. And people started calling him Evil Morj during the Reverie. Phantom Greyfire says, I stand with Evil Morj. I can see it, to be honest. Parvision does honestly look a little bit like an evil version of me. So you started your channel during Wano.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this was the perfect time for you to get into the story, or do you wish you'd gotten into it sooner?
I think the timing of it was really good. I got into it because of TikTok. I didn't even know the YouTube community existed.
What?
Yeah, so I was on TikTok and I saw creators there.
What did they even create? What could he... I've just such a negative view of TikTok. I'm just like, what are One Piece TikTokers out here doing? What could they even do?
Yeah, One Piece TikTok is pretty good. One of my favorite chapter analysis creators is actually on TikTok. His name is Mosh DMC. He always puts out like a very detailed analysis, and so
I don't like him. I don't like him.
So I saw a few TikTok creators and I was just like, I could do this. Let me do this. And then that's where it started. TikToker? You were one of the first One Piece creators that was, like you were saying, people name drop like, have you seen this? Have you seen that? You were one of the first creators, but it wasn't your name. It was like, have you seen the raid fail thing? So that's when I started like on TikTok. It was, what are your thoughts on the raid fail? Do you think the raid's failing? I was like, do people think the raid is failing? This is exciting. Who's saying this? And so I started asking, and they were saying Morj, 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 and I didn't obviously know who you were yet. Then I started getting more in the community, and then there was the people who disliked you for the raid failing theory before the raid failed. And I was like, who is this guy? And then funny enough, the first stream I caught of you, it was Drunk Morj, and I was like, this guy is not evil. Like everyone's like painted out you to be this like menace, but then you were just like, I guess when you're drunk you get happier or whatever it was. But
which Zoro plot thread do you want to see resolved the most? At least tell us where the he's from. Tell us if he's from Wano. Give us the... I'm never evil. What do people think I do? I come on here and I just like donate to terrorist organizations or something? What am I supposed to be doing in my spare time? I like to believe that TikTok, I don't know, I just pretend it doesn't exist. TikTok... I know that there's my name's being dropped over there. That makes me extremely uncomfortable. So I think I had a very, very similar lineup, but slight differences, which is like, I did not know, like you, that there was One Piece YouTube. So I started just doing videos for fun. And then as I was doing videos, people would be in the comments talking about like just name dropping other YouTubers. Like, oh, have you seen this or that? It was just cool to see these other people who are already doing it, and I'm like, maybe I get to talk to them someday. First thing I did actually was I was like, Tekking's the biggest One Piece YouTuber, let me go talk to him. So I joined Tekking's Discord, and I was like, hey, it's Tekking here, and nobody knew who I am because my channel was really small at the time. So I was like, hey, it's Tekking here, can I talk to him? And then everybody laughed at me. Like, it was literally like Luffy and Bellamy at the bar. They're like, do you want to talk to Tekking? Like, Tekking's like so far above us, he never shows up here. What are you doing? Think you can just come in talking to Tekking? I was like, okay, I'll leave. Then I went to Brago's Discord. He's much easier to get a hold of. And I was like, hey, can I join the Reverie? And he kind of confirmed who I was because I was just getting big enough that I was like on people's radar or whatever. So then he invited me to stream with him first. And I realized in retrospect that was, I guess, like a little bit of a check. This guy's not just some weirdo or an asshole or something like that. He was like, you stream with me first. Okay, you're fine. You can join the Reverie. We both got the in through Brago, I guess, at the end of the day. But I had to ask. Caleb Brown is asking if Parv is evil Morj, then is Morj just good Parv? Couldn't move past that one. Adrian Akin says, I think people are overly critical of Wano. I remember the community wasn't impressed with Dressrosa, Skypiea, and Whole Cake ended, but came to appreciate them more with time. Will Wano be the same? Okay, so I'll just give my opinion on this real quick, which is that right now, you, the viewer, are probably forgetting many, many, many small things throughout Wano that were dropped or weirdly set up, or just didn't go anywhere, or seemed forced, or a waste of time, etc. You're just thinking about Gear 5th and like some of the, maybe a few of the things you really disliked, but you're remembering the key points. I think when you binge read Wano as a whole, it becomes more blatant just how, in my opinion, messy and chaotic and full of missed opportunities, or like strangely included things that were flopped setups, etc. That the arc had, basically.
Even with Dressrosa, when you think about the Coliseum and all those characters, you know, the tournament in general in anime is to introduce characters. Aren't these all like random characters? What are they going to do in later in the story? And then towards the end of Dressrosa, each character actually got a moment, and it was like meaningful. Whereas like in Wano, Denjiro was sleeping. Like the other like, these were the main characters. These weren't random Dressrosa gladiator people that just got dropped on. No, these were the scabbards, and they didn't even get those moments like that. Did you? Okay, okay, this is a knock for me on Wano. There's a whole undersea Wano, right? And they have a submarine, and they have Jinbei, and there's also a window, and none of them explored it. Like that's kind of weird, right?
No, they really could. It's not as difficult at this point for them as. Kawamatsu's a kappa. Or not a kappa. He's a fisherman. He's not a kappa. He's a fisherman. Send Kawamatsu's ass down there. He didn't do shit during the entire Onigashima Act 3. Send him deep sea diving.
Yeah, like we gave Jack so much value for just being a fisherman. It's like we have Jinbei and Kawamatsu, and there's so many. I mean, when we went to Jaya beforehand, Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji went scuba diving.
Yeah,
like why don't we get more of that?
Yeah,
wait, on the Sunny they have a submarine also. Like everyone had the ability to go.
Got a lot.
I don't know why we didn't see it.
Warvin's asking, what do you think about the final crew? Do you think we've got the final crew at this point?
I don't agree with like, you know, the various character takes, but I do agree with the carrot part of like, if she were to join now, it would feel weird. It would, especially how we just talked about how like Momo and Yamato should have had greater moments. So if Carrot's on the ship, she would be given a greater moment than Momo. It wouldn't make sense otherwise. Like I would say if there's a character you like, Yamato, Carrot, Momo, whatever, you should be on the boat, that they should not be on the crew and they should be off screen, because while they're on the screen, even Usopp and Brook didn't get any showing in Onigashima for the most part, right? And these are main characters. Usopp is an East Blue boy and Brook is a crewmate, and yet they didn't really get a huge showing. And so if you want Carrot and, you know, other people to be actually on the crew, then that just means we're going to get less of them, and it makes more sense for us to want either a cover story or just flat out off screen their development and us to receive it through a flashback or reflection when they're reintroduced. Because I know for a fact that if Carrot becomes queen or whatever, and she actually focuses on that, Oda is going to develop her into an actual monster and actual factor in the story later on. Whereas, you know, I think one of the funniest things was like, yeah, she's the Duke now, but she also, her and Wanda in Sulong couldn't beat Perospero. So it's like, you know, if she comes back later on as the queen, I'd hope she would be able to manhandle Perospero alone, you know, and maybe we wouldn't get that development while they're here. And so if, you know, ask me again, the final crew, I think it's going to be weirder if there's like some random new character that we get introduced that also joins the crew in the last saga. So I think we have like a general like core group, and whatever else comes in, they're either going to be like honorary members, like we're seeing from like Yamato, Momo, Kinemon, even Vivi. Vivi might come back. That might be like an essential thing, but like I don't know if it's like, hey, let's go on more adventures. I don't even think we have time necessarily for that.
Okay, this question I do want to know your take on. Isaiah Davis says, did Kaido use Awakening? What do you think?
No, I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
He just lost without using Awakening?
I think a lot of people regard the drunk part of Kaido as like the peak level of his showing, beyond him holding off the flaming dragon thing. Did Big Mom use her Awakening? We're saying the 3 monster captains all awakened, but the Yonko didn't. I don't know. That's why it's like Kaido should just stay dead. It's fine, but like he's probably coming back.
I agree with everything you just said. The fact that Kaido and Big Mom did not have confirmed Awakenings, it's just wild. It's crazy. Like, you have all the good guys using this specific power-up, and it's like, and now you guys? Yes? At least tell us if you've been using it. Like,
and it hurt more that Kaido is the one who's like, this is what an Awakening is.
It's like, all right, and it's like,
yeah, and then Big Mom's out here just getting slapped around by Awakenings, and she's just like, I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna even talk about it. So it's like,
what could they possibly be doing to me?
Yeah,
just like donate to terrorist organizations or something. What am I supposed to be doing in my spare time?